hopefully. If it's the computer, when I and we're still frozen. All right, so anyway, all right, we're back. It says we're back. All right, so maybe I'll just verbalize this. Or maybe I'll use this graphic. Maybe this one won't freeze. Guess we'll find out. Oh, it's frustrating. All right, so you've got a 50-50 split. No, you've got 75-25 split. 75% of these models are taking it west. 25% of it are taking it north. This will stay east of the Caymans. If the GFS is right, if the Euro is right, it's going to be kind of close to the Caymans, but it's still probably okay. Alan says a MacBook would never freeze. I truly don't know if it's the computer or if it's the internet here. I honestly don't know. But all I know is it's really frustrating. So anyway, here's what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put my fist through this computer, and we'll be back in 90 seconds as DPL continues. This is just the worst. Oh, man, okay. All right, here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and text. Frustrating. Okay. John, I'm sorry, Dennis, that was me. I was trying to watch while I was showering and water was splashing on my screen, causing everything to freeze up. I apologize to everybody. Oh, my gosh. No, it is, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, we're still on our commercial break for another 45 seconds. So Nashville's in the house. Ian, how you doing? So we have a new computer right over there. But if it's an internet issue and not a computer issue, then is that going to solve anything? I don't know. By the way, tonight's my treat night. Tonight is my treat night. I had a real tough decision. Do I go with crumble cookies or nothing bundt cakes? Because I like them both. And I went with nothing bundt cakes because they have little Halloween decorations on the top, and I thought that was kind of cute. So anyway, that was my thing. All right, so here we go. Gosh, I don't know. Can I take another graphic, or will it freeze again on me? Probably going to freeze. But let's see. All right. No, it will not hit Southeast Florida, Cheryl. Okay, we're back, allegedly, supposedly. I know we're back on TV. I think we're back on streaming and Facebook, but I'm getting this flashing light on here, so I'm going to break the buzzer or my hand or both, one or the other. Okay, so let's recap. NHC comes up with their, here, let's see if they have, I'm not even going to take the graphic because 8 o'clock, it is still 45 miles an hour. I am going to take this graphic, and let's see. You can see the updated graphic, and if it freezes, my heartfelt apologies. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. All right, this is the 8 o'clock advisory. NOAA reports the center of Melissa has reformed a little to the... What did we just say? What did we just say? Hurricane hunters report that center of Melissa has reformed a little to the north. Hashtag whack-a-mole. It's exactly what we were talking about. So when a center reforms, it can lead to a change in track. All right. At 8 o'clock, the center was where it is. A slow northward movement is forecast for the next day or so, followed by a sharp turn west over the weekend. That is the key to everything. If the ridge builds in, Melissa is forecast to become a hurricane by Saturday and a major hurricane by the end of the weekend. All right? So there it is, my friends. Now, it will be interesting. It will be interesting, and since we're giving you a little heads up on stuff before it actually happens, which is kind of fun. I always like trumping the timing when I get stuff like that out. So, with a new center reforming, that new center will probably go into the 0Z model runs. So it will be interesting to see if we see a little shift to the north and east with that 0Z run. Now, eventually, this is going to curve to the northeast. It will. I can go back to this other graph. Man, I feel like trying again, but it's crashing on me every time. But again, when we look at the ensembles, Here's the ensembles, all right? These are the Euro ensembles. Nothing in the Gulf, nothing in the Caymans, all right? It is all between the Dominican and Eastern Cuba. This is the track. But if the track is more on the right, like the GFS says, Jamaica would not get it as bad. If the track is more to the left, like the Euro and a lot of the other models say, Central and Eastern Bahamas could get something, and definitely Jamaica will get really hit bad. All right, that is, here's the Euro AI. The Euro AI, maybe a little, Euro AI is similar, maybe a little bit more east, and then you've got this one straggler that we don't want to look at. That's 1 out of 50 members, all right? Then you have the GFS. The GFS, the majority of their runs is east and less around Jamaica. So usually we look at ensembles, but honestly, when we are this close, ensembles, we can look at them, but realistically, this is the hurricane. This is the hurricane model, and there is the track. Very, very, look at the eye, right on the southern fringe of Jamaica. That with winds of about 125 miles an hour. So look at this. We go back. This is Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and then it starts to lift north across and accelerate north toward Cuba. That's the hurricane model. That maximum wind is 135 miles an hour with a pressure not quite as low as it was before, but that's because the center is so close to land and it'll weaken once it goes over land. If this stays just south, if the eye stays just south of Jamaica, it will go Cat 5 in my opinion. If it goes over land, it probably maxes out at Cat 4. If it stays east, because the center relocates north and east, then Jamaica would probably luck out. And it would be worse news, more than likely, for the Dominican and for Haiti. All right, one last break, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about a chilly Halloween forecast. That's in the cards for us. We'll talk about it in 90 seconds. Okay. Yeah, that major nor'easter is a totally different storm, and I will show you that. It's not streaming over the air, only on social. It's not freezing over the air, only on social, rather. Okay. All right, we have got a minute left. All right, so here, I'm going to give you guys a hint of some of those cold temperatures that we're talking about. All right. Here we go. Yeah, Chris says close some of the web pages, not enough RAM on CPU. You know, Chris, I think you're right. I think Chris is right on this. Chris, I think you're the winner with that. Okay. Anyway, here's a look at the temperatures on Halloween night. Historically, I just don't, Lorna, I don't think this is going to impact Southeast Florida. I just don't. I don't. Turks and Caicos, same thing. Minimal impact. All right, we are back in 3, 2. Okay, we are back with our last segment of Dennis Phillips Live. I apologize for the network / computer / internet / gerbils and the hamsters on the spinning wheel and not making the computer working. Yeah, it's, I'm getting a lot of questions about the Turks and Caicos about this as well. And I'll say this again, I just don't think the impacts I mean, it's going to go through the Turks and Caicos. You could argue hurricane force winds, strong tropical storm, minimal hurricane. But the timing would vary wildly because if it's the GFS, it would be Sunday. Sunday night. If it's the euro, it would be Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. So it really is going to depend on whether or not how far north, if that new center relocates and forms. All right. Quickly, for folks watching on TV, you're in your last 45 seconds. This is a look at Saturday morning, next Saturday morning. 40s across the area, and for the trick-or-treaters, temperatures in the 60s. That is a front coming down. Here it is. And by the way, look at that secondary storm developing. Both the Euro and GFS have a nor'easter type of storm developing in the mid-Atlantic next week. And that's another reason why we are going to see that chillier, cooler air come down. All right, guys, hopefully we'll have this computer stuff fixed soon. Thanks for watching on TV. I know yours was okay. Streaming, we're going to continue answering your questions on Dennis Phillips Live. Have a good night. Oh, my gosh. I've had a headache. I just, you know, you try and then it just falls apart. Okay. All right, where were we? You know, I think you might be right. I mean, it might be a lot of all these tabs, but I don't know, man. I've had all these tabs open before and it hasn't frozen. So I don't know the answer. I don't know. But I do know I've cleared the Jim, I have cleared the cache and I rebooted. I don't know what to tell you, but it's starting to get a little frustrating. I'm not going to lie. It's starting to get a little frustrating. Okay, anyway. All right, let's go back. Let's answer some questions, all right? I'm not taking anything for anything. I do have my Diet Dr. Pepper. I got a toothache. I have a bad toothache. What is going on? When you get old, it just all falls apart. Your computer breaks. The system doesn't work. It's just a mess. All right. Okay. Let's look and see. Is the hurricane season over after this because of the cold fronts? Debbie, it's not over, but I'm seeing nothing in the long range developing. But I can't say over. Yeah, 40s. 40s is a possibility. I'm going to try to take this. My hand hurts. I'm going to take a look at this again. I'm going to start with the left hand. My left hand's not broken. All right, so Dave says there's plenty of RAM on the machine that you're doing the maps on. So he thinks it's a network issue. But why does the network come and go like that? Like yesterday it worked perfect, right? Yesterday it did not go to freeze one time. And today it's freezing like crazy earlier on. I don't know. I'm befuddled. I am befuddled. All right, let's get back to questions. Is it going to, okay. I'm going to focus on you guys and just your questions. All right, but I will show you this quickly. This is that storm in the Midwest going into the plains in the mid-Atlantic. So that's next Friday. So the Euro has it on Wednesday. The GFS has it on Friday, but they both have it. And then there's the storm that's, there's the hurricane. Okay, so let's recap. I take the graph. So what was the one that it was freezing on? It was the one where I had all the graphics together. I think I closed that. I might have closed that one. No, here it is. So let's see if this freezes. Because if this one freezes again, then we'll know, because I had 5 graphics open, that's why it was freezing. So we're doing a little bit of a little testing on this. Disney cruise tomorrow, 3-day cruise, you'll be okay. Joanne, you'll be okay. All right, so it's not freezing yet. All right, anyway, let's go back to what we were trying to do before we were so rudely interrupted by this network, internet, whatever the heck issue it is. Dennis says, could it be a line of faulty RAM? I have no idea what you're talking about. I do know what RAM means, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Take a deep breath, Dennis. I'm starting to get ticked off. I'm not lying. I'm starting to get ticked off. All right, here we go. This is Friday morning, Friday night. This is the GFS, okay? The GFS has this moving through the Dominican and Haiti Sunday. See it? As a tropical storm, maybe a minimal hurricane. So it goes from tomorrow night at 8 o'clock to Saturday night at 8 o'clock to Sunday night at 8 o'clock. See, we're not freezing now. So this is the exact same thing that I was doing before, but it was freezing before. So why is that? All right. I think my buddy Paul Delgado is hacking this system. I think that's just what it is. I think Paul's like, I'm going to mess with Dems today. I've known Paul for a long time. Would not shock me. All right, so see, it's working fine now. All right, that's the euro. Now you look at that's the GFS rather. Here's the euro, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. on Saturday, 8 p.m. on Sunday. It hardly moves at all, and it drifts west. 8 p.m. on Monday, still southwest of Jamaica. And then it starts to accelerate northeastward. Now, people are asking about the Turks and Caicos, all right? Right there. If this is right, the Turks and Caicos are going to get hammered, too, next Wednesday or Thursday. Folks who are asking about that. This is just a bad scenario all around. The euro is the worst-case scenario with this storm. It really is. Let's hope this is one of the times the euro is just not on the money. So it's not the viewers, Liz, that I know, because we can get 20,000 viewers during a hurricane. And I don't think it has anything to do with the TV show either, because it's a totally separate issue. It's two different sources. The TV show does not go through the internet. This does, what we're doing now. And the TV does not freeze at all. So I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so that is the euro. Now, here's the euro. The euro AI. Here's the euro AI. Euro AI. South of Jamaica. South of Jamaica. Not as strong as the euro. And then same spot, like the Turks and Caicos. And here's the ensembles. I threw this out here, too. Here's the GFS ensembles. Now here's interesting, because the GFS operational does go up to the Dominican and Haiti, but the ensembles, a lot of them all still go to the west. See that? I mean, the main area of color goes through Dominican, Haiti, et cetera, eastern Cuba. But there are some ensembles that do go west. Well, hurricane warnings would be issued 48 hours out. So my guess is it would be tomorrow. Alex, I mean, you might be right. I do have a new computer coming. So maybe that'll be it. Look, I don't know what to tell you. But all I know is it's got to be fixed, because I'm over this now. I mean, you know, you're doing the show and you got the TV thing going, and then all of a sudden I look and I see red lights flashing, boop, 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 freezing over here, boop, boop, boop. And so I'm trying to fix that while we're still hot on TV, and so I can't do the TV thing because I'm worried about troubleshooting this. It's a nightmare. Okay. Anyway, I have the Dodgers, Adam, because, I mean, let's be honest, the Dodgers are unbeatable, it looks like. I don't think it's a Facebook server, Randy. I really don't. It's this computer right here that gives me a red flashing light. And to me, that's probably a network issue. That makes sense to me. Because this machine is what streams out to everybody. And if it's getting a red light, and that's what I said months ago. It's an internet issue. Remember, because I was slamming on Spectrum. Like, oh, it's a Spectrum issue, which I don't think it is. I don't have any idea. But I kept thinking it's an internet issue. And then people say, well, no, it's a computer issue. No, because this computer, I don't think is what's locking. Well, maybe it is, though. I don't know, whatever. Let's get back to weather. See you, Kelly. All right. YouTube fans are saying close some of your tabs. I mean, yeah. I think you're right, Ryan. I think Dodgers in 5. I think you're right. Did not get a new video card, Liz. Getting a whole new computer. So I think we're going to get it fixed. I do think it's going to get fixed. But is it the internet or is it the computer? Or is it both? Will we ever know? Because once we have a new computer and new internet, I think they're hooking up like a faster network or whatever. Will we ever truly know what was the problem? Was it Paul Delgado going in and, hacking? And I know Paul real well. Paul's been a buddy of mine for decades. Would not put it past him. I'm just saying. All right. Okay. All right. Cruise into the Bahamas on Wednesday. Now, John, that's a tricky one. Because are you, okay, Eastern, Central, or Western Caribbean? Or Eastern, Central, or Western Bahamas? Because some of the models, yeah, Deborah, it's the whole Godzilla thing. It's the whole net, and that is another reason I think it's a computer issue. Because, have you watched Godzilla movies where the mouths don't match with the sound? That's kind of what we say, and that's what I'm saying it is. Screen says the Wi-Fi signal was lost. I don't even know what that means. I mean, would my Wi-Fi going down show up on your computer screen? I don't know. Okay. Dominican, the DR. So if the GFS is right, the DR gets it Saturday, Sunday, and out by Monday. I'll show you it again. Okay. Let's see if we freeze again. All right. So here's the GFS. Saturday morning, look down here. There's the Dominican, there's Haiti, there's Puerto Rico, there's Cuba. So there's Saturday morning. GFS by Saturday night, it's right on top of Haiti and the Dominican. 8 a.m. on Sunday, still there. Tons of rain. Probably a minimal hurricane. But not a tremendously strong storm. Tons of rain. For 24 hours, there's going to be mudslides. There's no way around it. And this is the GFS. Monday morning, still there. Monday night, it starts to pull away. And by Tuesday, by the way, that would miss the Turks and Caicos if the GFS is right. It would stay just to the east of them. But the Euro, completely different setup. Sunday morning, south of Jamaica. Sunday night, south of Jamaica. Monday morning, south of Jamaica as a Cat 4 hurricane. Monday night, 931 millibars. That's a Cat 5 right there. Monday night. Tuesday morning, that is a Cat 5 on the western fringe of Jamaica. Tuesday night, that is a Cat 5 right on top of Jamaica. I mean, that's 3 days with a Cat 4 or 5 just pounding Jamaica. If this Euro is right, it is devastation for Jamaica. Wednesday morning, this is 5 days. Wednesday morning, 8 a.m., it approaches eastern Cuba. And then impacting the central Bahamas. Now, with this track, okay, I'm going to show you something. This track right here, I can't pull out this without, I'm going to show you where the Turk, so look, there's Andros Island, there's Nassau, okay? So if you look at this track, it stays east of Andros and it stays east of Nassau. It goes more toward the eastern Bahamas. Now, there will be insanely high waves for cruises. Yeah, Daniel, it'll be worse than Gilbert if that happens. You're right. Okay. Cruise to Freeport near Cat Island on the 30th and 31st. If the Euro is right, it is going to be, well, here's the 30th right here. And there's the 31st. So it's moving away on the 31st. It's gone on Halloween. But there's the 30th right there. Now that is, Andros Island is right here. Right there. So it is east of there, but there's still going to be a lot of waves. That's if the Euro is right. If the GFS is right, it'll be over. It'll be over. Yeah, I think I do, John. I'm with you. I think it's I don't. You know what? I don't know. I keep going back and forth. I keep thinking it's the internet, but then maybe it's the computer. So I don't know. Why isn't it freezing now? I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm doing the exact same thing right now, and it wasn't freezing before. It was freezing before. Now it's not freezing. So I don't know what to say. Okay. Could the reform of the ice suggest that GFS could be right? I mean, Heather, I would say, or no, I guess, PD, yes, the GFS absolutely could be right. Look, I mean, you guys hear me call the GFS-icane because it is horrible long-range hurricane predictions, but short-term model data, it's just as good as anybody else, as any other model. I mean, it might not be designed for hurricane, like a hurricane model, but it's just as good. So it absolutely could be right. But when the National Hurricane Center has not hedged at all on their forecast, look, they are the best of the best. The NHC is the best of the best. So, you know, we're talking about Top Gun. You're the best of the best naval aviators. All right, well, the NHC is the best of the best tropical meteorologists. And they obviously see what the GFS is doing. It's the American model, for heaven's sake. So they see it, and it's forecasting north, and they completely write it off. So that should tell you something. That should tell you something. I will show you here. Let's look at the write-up. Okay. Here's their write-up as of 5 o'clock. And these are very informative, and they're good to read. Like the past couple of days, Melissa's structure has degraded once again, with a low-level circulation yet again becoming partially exposed on the west side. You know, blah, blah, blah. You don't care about the other, blah, 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 blah. Recon sampling this evening. All right. Now, moving slowly, blah, blah, blah. Mid-level ridge, providing the steering. Okay. Their combined influence is roughly canceling Melissa's overall steering, with a lot of track influences the last couple of nights related to center reformations to the east and north. Center reformations to the east and north. Whack-a-mole. Think whack-a-mole. Remember, it's what I said before we read this. Interestingly, I think they should say interestingly enough, interestingly, much of the hurricane regional model guidance suggests another reformation could occur tonight. And the track guidance envelope has a distinct bend to the northeast in the 12 to 24-hour forecast periods. So that is really important. They are giving in to the possibility this could form a new center. Given the large convective burst ongoing just east of the broad center, it is feasible it may nudge the short-term track east of due north. But here's where it changes. After the next day or so, the mid-level ridge currently over Mexico is expected to expand poleward of the storm and is expected to help turn Melissa to the west. So it's what we said at 7:30 before this started to freeze over and over again. The ridge should block this from moving north. But here's the next line. But how far north Melissa gets before it turns to the west continues to remain uncertain. All right? One notable change from this morning is that the Google DeepMind ensemble mean, which was previously on the northeast side of the track, abruptly shifted to the southwest side of the envelope, very close to the euro. So you've got Google and the euro west. Farrah's asking about a cruise to Freeport. Farrah, I already answered that. Maybe this came up again. If the euro is right, it's going to be east of you, but you're going to get a lot of waves. Somebody's in Kingston, Jamaica, and wants to know if they should leave. Yes. Because you know what? Even if this goes north and the GFS is right, better safe than sorry. Mark, how you doing? So let's go back to read what we just said. The DeepMind, the Google DeepMind ensemble, has abruptly shifted to the southwest side of the envelope, now very close to the 12Z euro. And we all know what the 12Z euro is. The 12Z euro is pretty much a worst-case scenario for Jamaica. If this 12Z euro is right, Jamaica is going to be absolutely devastated from this storm, and I don't not use that term lightly. They will have a Cat 3/4, potentially 5 hurricane sitting nearly on top of them for 3 days. I'll be honest, I've never seen that before. Dorian was close. Dorian was close. This could be every bit as bad, if not worse. That's the euro. In contrast, both the 12Z halves, which is what I just showed you, have shifted their tracks further north and east, related to an overnight center reformation. So again, this is just all the stuff we were saying, guys. All the stuff we were saying. If the center reforms more north and east, there's a chance it could miss the ridge and continue to go north. Jera asking about Punta Cana. You know, I can't. I would cancel. I don't like to tell people what to do with their money, but I would cancel. Because if the euro is right, it'll annihilate eastern Cuba, and Punta Cana will be on the fringe of that on the 30th. It depends if you just want to do it, you know? All right, where is this Christian? Where is this Christian person? Let me look. I'm scrolling up. Oh, yeah, there we go. Christine, I got it. All right. There we go. I see this Christine person. Banned from all live streams. Confirm. You gone. Christine is gone. Forever and ever and ever. All right, let's go back. Yeah, it's just, you know, Nick, and the thing here, let me tell you the one thing that, I'm going to give you my honest take on this, all right? What I would do if it were my family. The GFS could be right. If this center does reform north and east and it scoots past the ridge, Jamaica would get nothing, like nothing. And anybody who canceled their Jamaica trip would be cursing me. That weather guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I get it. I do. Which is why I don't want to ever tell somebody to cancel their plans. Because that's not really what I do. When the European, which is the best model on Earth, and the Google DeepMind, which has been the hottest model this year, both are showing a solid westward track, and the National Hurricane Center is also going with that. Why take the chance? Because if, let's say, you know what, I'm a gambling man, I'm going to go. And if it goes north and you're like, yes, I nailed it, I'm good, that would be a great feeling. But on the flip side, if you go and you have a Cat 4 hurricane hitting you for 4 days straight with 40 inches of rain and 130-mile-an-hour winds and mudslides and landslides and power outages for weeks on end, and you can't even get out again because the airport's closed and will be closed, because if the euro is right, all of that's going to happen. So it's like you weigh your options. Why take the chance? I get it, especially if you lose money on a deposit or whatnot. I totally understand, I do, which is why I can't answer those questions for people. But if it were me personally, I would cancel, because I ain't going to take a chance of having a Cat 4 hurricane hit me for 4 days straight in Jamaica. Ain't going to happen. That is my take. All right? Okay. Now, I don't think the cruises will cancel. They'll just go in other places. They'll go in other directions. Most of the time, the only time cruises will cancel if the port is closed. If the port is closed, then the cruises will cancel that port and go somewhere else. But they can go in the Western Caribbean and they'll be fine. So the Cozumels, there might be some waves. but you're going to be okay. The Caymans are close, probably okay, but still pretty rough. And obviously Jamaica, I would think, I would be shocked if they don't cancel. I mean, maybe they won't tomorrow just because they're waiting to see if that GFS pulls a coup. If the GFS is right, and oh, by the way, I'll show it to you again. Look at our in-house model. Look at what our in-house model does. Look at Jamaica, out there in the middle. Completely stays away from Jamaica. Completely. Goes directly into Haiti and brings 20 inches of rain to the Dominican. Never hits Jamaica. So the official track from the Hurricane Center is obviously very different. So anyway, that's my take. The Bahamas, again, if the Euro is right, the eastern and central Bahamas are going to get whacked pretty good. The western Bahamas, Freeport, Nassau, probably okay. All right. We've got another spammer. Let me scroll up and see. Because I don't get to see them sometimes. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the same one. It's the same spammer, just with a different one. Because it's the same message. All right. Gene Brown. You're gone. That's 2. Okay. So will Nassau be okay? You know, Jess, some of the models are farther west. Nassau will be okay. Nassau will be okay. But they still could have some impacts if it were to go a little bit more to the west, like some of the models were hinting. But overall, I would say Nassau is probably going to be okay. David! Wait a minute. Is that the same David Mays who used to work here? No, wait a minute. I can't, hold on. It keeps going past and I can't get him. I think it is. Wait a minute. Oh, it is. David Mays used to work in promotions here a long, long time ago. How you doing, my friend? Shannon's supposed to fly to Punta Cana on Sunday. All right, here's the issue. Here's what will happen in Punta Cana. One of 2 things. Either on Sunday, there'll be a hurricane on top of you, or on Wednesday, there'll be a hurricane close to you. Those are the 2 options. Those are the 2 possibilities, right? That one's an easy one. Jamaica's the tough one, because everything could miss Jamaica if the GFS pulls a rabbit out of a hat and it's right. But for Punta Cana, it's either going to get a hurricane on Sunday or it's going to get a hurricane on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, it would be far enough to the west that it might not be as bad, but it's going to get one of those 2 days. Okay. Wait a minute. What's going to get shut down, Rick? Where are you going to go live once Facebook shuts it down? Shuts down what? I don't know what you're talking about. Am I missing something? Lightning 2-2. Thank you, Cecile. I think that's about it. Appreciate it, David. Yeah, David used to work here. Gosh, well, I mean, you know how long we've been here now? David was probably here 15 years ago. Maybe longer, I don't know. It's all a blur. Is there another storm brewing for the first week of November in Nassau? Let's look. I will be honest. I have not looked that far. Let's call up another tab, since we haven't called up enough tabs yet. See what they have to show. All right, let's look. Let's just call up. All right, let's go Atlantic. Let's do Euro. Let's do Atlantic. And let's go out 16 days. And then I'm going to go watch a football game. Mm, 12Z. Add. Okay. Thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for all the technical errors today. It's really getting me a little frustrated, but you know what? You just got to roll with it. All right, here we go. Someone asked about the next 2 weeks. So there's the euro. So, of course, it's going to show Melissa. Let's see what it shows after Melissa goes away. Let's just go ahead and, it's got to load. It's still loading. Still loading. All right, here we go. Still loading, still loading, still loading. Doesn't look like it. All right, there goes Melissa. No, there ain't nothing. I will tell you, look, the season runs till November, but it appears this might very well be, I agree with you. Lauren says, I've had 77 tabs open before. I don't think it's the tabs. I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's Paul D. I think Paul's. Wait a minute. Facebook. Oh, this is interesting. Somebody's saying this. Facebook is not getting rid of streaming entirely, but it has changed its policy for Facebook live videos. Yeah, there's a 30-day deletion. Yeah, it's just a 30-day delete. Honestly, I don't even know why I keep these up. I keep them up in case, well, I do because people have missed the live stuff, then they can go back and watch it. But yeah, I think they just delete stuff after 30 days. We don't need it. All right, I think that's about it. Will we get rain with the fronts coming in? Alyssa says in all caps. I will answer you in all caps. Not much. Okay? Not much. We need it, though. Terry in all caps, no more tabs. Yeah, Karen's going on a mystery cruise. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, because heaven knows where the heck you're going to go. How will the Caymans be affected? They're on the fringe. They're going to get some waves out of it, maybe a little bit of wind, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Yeah, I got those nothing but... Here, I'll show you. You know what? Since it's just us streaming folks now, I will show you what I'm bringing for treat night. I got 2 boxes of these. Kind of cute. So... I'm watching the college football game. There's already been 35 points scored, and it's, holy cow, 35 points scored, and it just started the second quarter. It is a shootout. All right, so see if they put on these little Halloween cute little top things. Oh my gosh, they shoved this in here, didn't they? I don't need this bag. I don't need no stinking bag. Okay, check this out. They're kind of, how do you open the box? What's in the box? Don't know. Guess I won't show them to you because the box won't open. All right, ready? Well, I'm getting there. Oh, and they have it do it on the bottom too. Okay. All right, here we go. So check these out. So this is my treat night thing. Oh, they're cute. Watch. Can you see? See, they got like the little black cats and stuff on them. I don't know what flavors they are. But anyway, so that is my treat night tonight. If you're not familiar with what treat night is, a 30-year tradition here at what was 28 Tampa Bay News, became ABC Action News, and now it's Tampa Bay 28 News. So we've had 3 different names in the 31 years that I've worked here, starting with 28 Tampa Bay News, changing to ABC Action News, and then again Tampa Bay 28 News. And started back when Wayne Shattuck and Drew Soysher and Brendan McLaughlin and Marty Tucker were our anchors, and every Thursday night they would have a treat night, and they'd bring out a big sign, and they would just, everybody would bring a treat. And then one time somebody brought in a vegetable platter, and then that person disappeared. They were never seen again. I don't know what happened to them, but we take it seriously. Treat night's a serious thing. Okay, All right, massive delay between. Alyssa, why are you on all caps? Massive delay between you and Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I don't know. It's probably a streaming thing. Who knows? All right, guys, that's it. We've covered everything. I apologize for the technical problems. Hopefully, it'll get fixed soon. And tomorrow night, do the Bolts play tomorrow night? I don't know. If we're not on the spot, we'll be on streaming, and hopefully they will work, because this gets real old trying to do this when everything's freezing and nobody can see anything. It kind of defeats the purpose. All right, guys, have a good night, and we will see you on tomorrow's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for your patience.